Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to crochet the Fast Favorite Beanie. This is my newest, latest and greatest crochet pattern designed by me, and yes, I am wearing it now. This is the adult medium size. I have the pattern available for adult small, medium, and large. So we're gonna make another adult medium size today because I want the same beanie in another color. And it's called the Fast Favorite Beanie because we're using the half double crochet stitch. So it's a little bit of a taller stitch compared to some of my other patterns, which are mainly the single crochet stitch. So it is going to work up just a little bit faster because the stitch is a little bit bigger as we go. But as you can see, there's not like huge holes or gaps in the actual hat or finished product. So it's a nice mix of like speed, but it's not sacrificing like the look. What we're gonna need to start crocheting today is first yarn. We're gonna use worsted weight yarn. You can use any type of material. I like acrylic. It's affordable. It's easy to get a hold of, but you can use any type you like. For the medium size, we're gonna need around 100 to 120 yards. So most of the time you're gonna be able to do that with just one skein. You might even be able to make two out of this one skein of yarn. Then we're also going to need the usual, a crochet hook. This one is a size I, 5.5 millimeters. That's what works for me. We'll talk about the gauge here in a second. We're going to need this is optional. This is a tapestry needle to weave in our ends. I love using these to weave in the ends. A stitch marker. This is not optional. I definitely think this is really important to keep track of your stitches and making sure you can count what you're doing. Scissors to cut your yarn when you're done, and actually I should have mentioned this first, a tape measure. Since we do have 3 sizes available with this pattern, we want to see what size we wear. Like I said, I wear adult medium, which is kind of typical women's size, but like my sister-in-law, I just measured her head last weekend and she would wear an adult large. So you never know, and it's a good idea to just measure and choose the size that's correct for you or whoever you're crocheting for. Our gauge for this pattern, again using the worsted weight yarn and the size I crochet hook, is going to be a 4x4 inch square, is going to be 13 half double crochets by 9 rows. And if you need any help with measuring gauge or figuring out how to do that, I have another video on that I will link right here. So check that out if you're not quite sure how to measure your gauge. I also have some videos on what to do if your hat is too big and what to do if your hat is too small. So sometimes even when we measure our gauge, the hat doesn't quite turn out like we expected because handmade things just can get a little fun and frisky sometimes. So I'll link those in the description below as well for any troubleshooting in case the sizing is a little bit off. And finally, before we get started, I want to let you know that you can get the written pattern with all 3 sizes. So here is an example. This is the adult small, adult medium, and adult large sizes. All 3 are available at the link right here in the video. It's tagged, so it's called the Fast Favorite Beanie on my shop. It's available now if you want this written and you want the 3 sizes. But I will be going over the medium size today for free. So whichever works for you, but I really appreciate it. Helps support my channel if you buy my patterns so I can keep making these videos for you guys. So let's dive into the adult medium and get started crocheting. All right, we're going to start off the adult medium size with a magic circle. So we're going to make a loop and we're going to basically chain 2. And now we're going to do 8 half double crochets in our magic circle. So we will do yarn over, put your hook through the magic circle. I promise this is the hardest part of the whole thing. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. And that's 1 half double crochet. So we're going to do 8 total. So that's 2. Let me do slowly one more time. Yarn over, go through the magic circle, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. All right, so we've got 3 stitches and we're gonna do 8. Here are my 8 half double crochets. Now I'm going to grab my short tail of my magic circle and pull it to close up my hole at the top. And now I'm going to start on my second round, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in each of my stitches here. So I will have 16 half double crochets by the time I have made it all the way around. And I always add my stitch marker to the first first stitch of my round so that I don't lose track of where I am. So that will be round 2. For round 3, we're going to do 2 half double crochets into the first stitch. Put my stitch marker in the first one, and then we're going to do 1 half double in the next stitch and keep going around like that. 2 half doubles and then 1. And our stitch count at the end of this is going to be 24 stitches. We're ready to start round 4. We're going to start it the same way with 2 half double crochets in the first stitch. And then we're going to do 2, let me say it a different way. In the next 2 stitches, we're just going to do 1 half double crochet. And then we'll do 2 half double crochets in this stitch and on like that. So by the end of round 4, we will have 32 half double crochets total. Moving on to round 5 of the pattern, we will continue starting with 2 half double crochets in our first stitch, and then we will do half double crochets in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do 2 half doubles in this stitch and repeat that all the way around. So by the time we get done with round 5, we will have 40 stitches around for our hat. Starting round 6 now, and we'll be doing 2 half double crochets in our first stitch, and then we'll be doing just 1 half double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches from there. And at the end of this round, we will have 48 stitches around. As you can see, we are getting a lot bigger every single round. We are on round 7, and see how it's starting to curl in a little bit? That is no problem at all. Don't worry if that happens to your hat. So we are going to do 2 half doubles in our first stitch. And then we're going to do 5. I keep saying this wrong. We're going to do just 1 half double in the next 5 stitches. Hopefully you're picking up on the pattern here and you know what I'm saying, even when I kind of say it wrong. So we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around, and we will have 56 half double crochets by the time we're done with round 7. We are at the end of round 7. We have 56 half double crochets around, and we are done with our increasing. So we're not going to put any more like 2 half doubles into 1. We're just going to do, it's called plain, where we're just going to do from now on just 1 half double crochet in each stitch. And in the pattern for each size, I have noted the approximate diameter to give yourself a gut check so you'll know if you're on track at this point, because we have finished the crown and now we're going on to the body of the hat. And I am very happy to notice that I am right on track with my own pattern. I can do the same thing twice. It should be around 6¼ diameter at this point, at the widest diameter. So I'm going from the top of my half double crochet to the far edge. I'm in between 6¼ and 6½, which is totally fine. You would probably be fine if you are anywhere between 6 to 6½. At this point. So now, as I said, we are done increasing. We are going to do rounds 8 through 20, just plain. So just a half double crochet in each stitch around. There's 56 half doubles, and that is all we're gonna do until we get to the brim. So that is going to make most of the body of the hat. Just for reference, in real time with the filming and the chatting, this has taken me around 35-40 minutes. It's called the Fast Favorite. I think I'll be able to finish the whole thing within like less than 2 hours, between 1.5 hours and 2 hours. So I will meet you back here once I have the body done. Okay, I have crocheted plain rounds with no increasing until the hat is about between 7.5 to 8 inches long. I actually did 11 rounds plain from where I stopped increasing. So somewhere between 11 to 13 rounds of plain crochets is where you're gonna wanna be, and then we can start making the brim. So now we're gonna switch from half double crochets to single crochets. We're just gonna switch on over. We don't have to do anything special. We're just gonna start with our single crochets, and I am gonna move my stitch marker now to mark my first single crochet. And you can play a little fast and loose with how you want to do this. I've been doing just 2 rounds of single crochet for my brim, and you could add a little bit more if you wanted to. Just depends kind of how you want it to look. So that's what I'm going to do though. I'm just going to do 2 rounds single crochet, and then I will show you how that is looking and what I'm going to do to finish it off. I have finished crocheting my single crochet brim. Now the hat is about 8¼ inches long, and that's about right for me. I like it that length. You could do anywhere between 8 to 9 inches long, and it will fit an adult medium. So now we are going to fasten it off, weave in the ends, and we are done. So what I like to do is just like 4 slip stitches to transition the end. So just like that. I will leave a few inches of yarn here so that I can use my, I don't know, I've heard this called like a tapestry needle, a yarn needle. I love using this to sew in the ends. I think it does, you know, the other thing you can do is just use like your crochet hook, or a smaller crochet hook than the one you crocheted with is usually gonna work better than using the one you just used to make the hat. But for me, I think this one does a better job of really securing your ends in here. You can get in here through these small little loops and get your end really tight. So I like to do that. By the way, my husband actually 3D printed this for me, and it's probably my favorite one I've ever used because it's so easy to thread it because of the way the plastic is slightly pliable. I think the other ones I have are made of wood or like harder plastic, so it's hard. Sometimes it depends on which one you have. It's hard to get the yarn like threaded through your needle. So anyway, recommend 3D printed yarn needle. All right, I'm just gonna do one more. and snip that off. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. We have a little end peeking through right in here where we started our magic circle. This one probably needs a little bit less sewing in because I did the magic circle all the way around it already. So I'll just do a few stitches there and we will be done. There you have it, the Fast Favorite Beanie. I love how this turned out, and now I'm happy I have one in my favorite purple and also in blue. So I'm going to be rocking these all fall and winter. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'd love to see pictures. If you want to tag me on social media, show me pictures of your hats. All my social media is linked down below. Also, of course, again, the written pattern with all 3 adult sizes that will fit men, women, older kids too. I actually use the adult small on to make a hat for my 8-year-old niece. So all of those sizes are available in the written pattern in my shop. It'll be linked down below. It'll be linked at the end of this video. Anywhere you want to go to grab that pattern. Also, if you like this video and you're not ready to buy the pattern, I just appreciate a like or a subscribe to my channel. So hope this was helpful and fun, and I will see you guys in the next one.